Can't look in the eyes of my brother without shedding a tear for my brother.
Already?
I really want to try for my brother.
I had to turn around. Good evening, good evening. And welcome to another segment of the New Black Leadership here live at IntellectualRadio.com. The New Black Leadership Coalition live here on this beautiful Monday here in the great studio of IntellectualRadio.com. My name is Gregory Sane, one of the co-founders and proud member of the New Black Leadership Coalition. And I am so thankful and that we're very honored to have in the studio with us on this marvelous Monday, a very, very astute brother, a brother that I would almost have to read his bio. He has so much information on there, but he is also a co-founder and member of the New Black Leadership. But this brother is the CEO, the COO, and the co-founder of BOB.
That's right.
And he's gonna break all that down. His background is very, very extensive. And once upon a time, he was an amazing basketball player. And I don't know if he was as good as you saw, but I know he was hanging out over at Simeon. But we ain't gonna get into that because it's March Madness.
That's right.
But Brother Reuben Fellows is extensive. Let me just read a couple of things. He has been a prominent force. I wanted to read that in the Chicago metropolitan area for more than 2 decades, dedicating a large portion of his career to community empowerment and being the primary strategic advocate for programs and projects that elevate undeserved families consisting of seniors, adults, young adults, teens, ex-offenders, and single parents. And recently, you got to talk about the opening, the big grand opening that you all had a few weeks ago that I attended over at the Bob
Beer Center. Yes,
Bob Beer Center, man. That was an amazing black tie affair, and you was on 20 up inside the place. Just as motivated and inspired as we need people to be. But listen, let me just say this before you get started, because there's something real interesting about you that I want to share with the listening audience, and it's really going to be a lesson. And only God could have given me this. You can read a lot about people, but it's something so unique about you that I gotta share with the audience. But I always want to thank Almighty God for blessing us for each and every one of these days that we are here to live and experience. And the New Black Leadership is spiritual. Our foundation is spirituality. We don't come here to talk with you strictly about empty politics or socialism or economics without the real foundation of who we are. The reason why we want and believe in this whole coalition is empowerment. There are some moments when it seems that we are at odds with individuals, but it's not them. It's not even their personality. It's their lack of principle. But anyway, we're very, very thankful. And thank you all on Facebook that are tuning in live via IntellectualRadio.com and streaming live. So, Brother Reuben, I gotta say this, and I think Mike would even testify to this. One of the unique things about you, brother, I've never, ever came across you or encountered a conversation with you ever without you thinking positive. I mean, you never had a day when it was some plan of action, something we getting ready to do, something we about to do. I mean, every time, like, brother, we on the move. We get ready to block. I mean, I've never met this man one day where he said, it's over. Just throw in the towel. It ain't nothing we could do.
Let it ride.
Just let it ride. Every time, brother, you've always been that kind of individual. I want to thank you because you picked a lot of people up in there, especially myself. Because I don't know how you do it, but you keep a positive attitude, and you all are a really shining light where people really have given up. There's a lot of hopelessness in the Black community, really in America, period. But when you think about the conditions of our community, and for you to always be that person with just a book of plans, strategies.
What's the next move?
What's the next move? So anyway, man, so glad to have you here in the studio. What's going on, Brother Reed? Talk to the audience, man.
Just excited about always in your presence, brother. Likewise, you give me a lot of energy. What I do is take a lot of men that I've met and brothers to be able to create my whole man system, because you know I'm way over here, way over there. But to see brothers like yourself that stay consistent and you know you maintain a several level of when you're going at it and then get the point. I'm a little more activated with. I call them. I'm ADHD. I'm a little more hyper with it. But I've been able to blessed to look at all the leadership and take all of our different energies and use it to try to make me a better man. And so I thank you for that, being around. You're very, very unique brother all the time. And Minister Mike for his leadership, bringing new Black leadership. It takes a real person to be to try to deal with Black folk personalities and baggage, and even take that on as a be the target. Let me be the one to bring these people together. So the new Black Leadership Coalition, when we met before and we back in strong again, is definitely needed. And every time I think people wasn't ready, and we be ready. I said Trump gonna make Black people get together by Friday. So we on Friday, get ready to get out. So the
minister told him that record by what's the two young ladies? Push it real. Salt and Pepper.
Yeah.
Minister said, put your
hard
in the butts until we realize that regardless if you scared them, push it real good.
Keep hurting, because when we get so low that we can't get no lower, then we're gonna wake up. We're only looking for the 20% of Black people that got good sense. So don't worry about the other 80. They're gonna do trend set. So we'll follow us. So everybody don't get discouraged, because 20% of the people Black gonna say the other 80 that look like they don't know where they go.
Wow.
That's what it is.
And you said that 80 is trend.
Well,
we just follow whatever trend.
They do whatever it is. They all raise their hand. So we're gonna set the tone at the highest level of God. And when they say get on the boat, it's gonna rain. They'll be running to the boat. So new Black leadership, and as you mentioned, Bob Project 5000, our new business. We just kicked off a new innovative business center, state of art on 79th Street, and I'm the visionary for the new Blacknificent Miles. Not the Mac, but the Black. And we've just created 40 new businesses with less than a year with our own money. We just moving, man, in honor of late, great Dr. Webb Evans. It's called the Webb Evans Research Institute, Bob Biz Center, Project 5000. We've already purchased about 15 to 20 homes renovated with ex-offenders, veterans. So we moving down the 9 from 79th and Cicero to the lake, the new Blacknificent Mile. And as you see, we have a state-of-the-art facility that you can come and like you downtown trying to do the startup innovative. We're looking good. And God has really been good with Brother Rowe, and we've just been working out. The team has been great. And we've really been instrumental with Black women, looking at when Black women support Black men and bleed. So we are model on 7. There's a lot of Black sisters there that support and pray for us and push us. So when Black men and Black women get together, that brings crime gonna go down. So we're gonna be the model for that. And we're gonna kill violence with a job and a business.
You're gonna kill violence with a job and a business. I never knew that you were a PE teacher. I mean, didn't. I know you went to Aurora.
Yes, sir. Aurora University, 2 years. First, I graduated my Harvard. Right. Played ball there 2 years, and then went on to Aurora University. It's interesting. I in my yearbook I put I wanted to be a phys ed teacher, and I'm here. I went on to do what it is, and then so my calling of what you see has actually been already designed. Most people don't know my name means Reuben, leadership in African. I just got to find out what tribe or language. But I was told by another African brother that the name means leadership when I was about 26. So I've been captain and most valuable player on every team I played on since 3rd grade. And Coach Bob Hammond raised me out of 4th grade, and we got to Simeon. We gave the business, me and my buddy Don. So before Derrick Rose, before Ben Wilson, before Jamar Parker, and before Tim Bankston and all the brothers, his name was Reuben Fellows. I put the bricks in the game, and I raised the bar. So we put him in the red to make it popular come to Simeon. And so Ben Wilson helped coach him, and the dynasty begins to go on. And we just went downstate. We lost, but Simeon girls and boys run city championships. So I played this activist game through basketball. I was one of the top point guards in the state. That I was a defensive expert. So what you see me all the time, and one of the things I tell everybody, we're not better than Dunbar, we're not better than DuSable, we're not better than Morgan Park, we're not better than CBS, we're not better than Inglewood. All we do is win.
I'm glad you said you're not better than DuSable. I hope it was lose. But that's good. But that's a strategy of life. You know, that you've always been a leader. You know, were you a point guard?
No, true point guard.
A true
Point guard's coming down with the we on about 2 percentile. We talking true point guard.
Oh boy, you sound like that little you was in the Ronnie Lester.
Well,
league.
I come out of his initiation in Isaiah, but if you ask either one of them, they don't want Reuben Fellows Gardner. That's for sure. It's a long night when I come to see you.
That's good. And you've taken those principles of basketball, books over ball.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, that's the movement, or how's that work? Books over ball. I mean, it's absolutely a great concept.
Well, man, it's a spiritual piece. As you say, it's a calling. Brother Fernando Vincent, our CEO, and Brother Al Rayford, both of those guys had a vision of a basketball program that they had thought about, and we met years later. So our coming together was real spiritual. So I am the model of books over balls. I played ball at Simeon High School. I graduated junior college. I graduated university. I haven't been in gangs, haven't been on drugs, haven't been locked up. And so I came back to give back to what gave me 8 black role models. So it's called Books Over Balls. So I got 30 years in social service, and I'm also an educator. So we use basketball as the carrot. We get them in the gym. And if I can find out what's going on in his home, I can save that house, whether it be a teen pregnancy mother, a grandparent raising grandchildren, a brother thinking in gangs, or a daddy don't want to work, and a sister pregnant. I can get everything with a phone call because, you know, my organizing and my political, I can make a phone call, get that together, take the baby, we run it. He going to college, it's books over balls, and we ain't playing. Got books, got game, got life.
Oh man, that is fantastic, bro. And where are you right now, like in the city? I know you got the BOP 5,000.
Project 5,000.
Project 5,000. So right now, I was at the grand opening, and it was really a success. I mean, it was great to wear our little threads or something. There's the mic, but
we're doing it.
But here's the point, and you're gonna love it, and people should love this. I make a big deal out of dog and pony show. I don't go to the other games.
I was surprised to see you in the back room. I said, I know you will show, but I know if you're in Mother's Mike show, we doing something.
You doing something, because trust me, I'm not putting on a tux or a suit to go to the same foolishness, same group of hobnobbers, you know, just in the room, same group. On 79th Street, bro, beautiful place, decorated to the T, but the energy inside there and the purpose of it is the reason for that season.
Yes, sir.
And it was magnificent. I mean, with some key leaders, thought leaders in that room.
That's my.
And I mean, and the support that you got from the community was overwhelming.
Well, man, that's a testament to, you know, I'm the national spokesman authorized, the only brother by the United Black American Progress Association, Minister Raheem Tom. Dr. Webb Evans took the throne from Dr. Webb or was passed the torch. And he appreciated the work I've done. I'm so honored that I am the only one actually authorized to be able to talk, promote around the country, or when I feel like it, about the great Webb Evans.
Oh,
Webb
nice.
Evans. And so that honor, in that honor, the building his name out there. Dr. Webb Evans Research Institute. Yeah. And then I was instrumental, by the grace of God, with State Representative Sean K. Ford on the West Side, to get a resolution in Springfield that during office is National Black Business Month, but in honor of Dr. Webb Evans. Buy Black, love Black, give Black. That is down in Springfield, documented on behalf of Dr. Webb. And we have a proclamation of our ribbon cutting for Dr. Webb. So I'm committed to make sure that his legacy going. But what you see in that room was the spirit of an elder that ain't nobody got to do nothing but come in compliance. If you don't, I'm going to kick him out the building. I'm going to protest them first. So when you come here, you ain't live to be 101 years old. So sit down, shut up, be quiet, and ride it out.
No, I love it. So you say buy Black,
love Black, and give Black.
And give Black. And be Black.
Oh, yeah.
Be Black. Because you know a lot of people are afraid to be Black.
And apologizing about it.
And apologizing. So are the rooms set up there for the community to come in and be a part of that? Or is it still in progress?
Right now, we got 40 businesses going right now. 40.
Name some of the businesses.
This is what you got. The blackmall.com, Cassiopeia, over 400 something business. Sister Africa Enterprise, Brother Bean Soup Time, Tori Muhammad, and Sister Tequila, who has the Bridge Fund, and the book that we have 500 Black businesses vetted in a book called the Green Book from back in the day. So all of that, with all of those businesses there, all their businesses operate, we have a small fee for $25 to become a member. Nice is you can just use our space or use a Moon, or you can use the copy machine, or you can go up to $99. We have a gold, silver. So we have everything for the community. It's community based. We got a lot of young Black boys right now from the school working there, doing maintenance. And when we did our home thing, we got the young men working side by side with professional labor men and union guys to be able to teach them us tools and say. So we renovated about 15 properties using that concept. And one of the great things we're doing, God's blessing, Project 5000 and Project 2000 with Simeon, which is my alma mater. We took the carpenter teacher there. We purchased a building, Bingham, Morgan Park, Simeon, and an elementary school out in Rosen. We bought the building, gutted out, and they did the drywall, the tape, and the electric. And now the building is fully done, and we gave them a check on time. We already the model of what the mayor's talking about doing a pilot to redo those exits on the houses, and we thank God for that.
Oh man, that is fantastic. So the 20% that you were referring to, how do we get this 80% to do business? I mean, when you think about the struggles and the strains and the challenges of our community, just not being where we need to be at, but yet the opportunities that you all are promoting, the doors that you're opening. Folks, even on Facebook, who say, or from wherever they're watching this, how do we get them to participate?
Well, one of the things you can see that work with us is we have a physical building you can touch it. And that's what you probably felt. Okay, here we are. We own it. We bought it. We gutted it out. It's buy Black, do Black. All of us in less than a year with our own money, we became the model that people now run into our building because they can feel it, touch it. If you build it, they will come.
Right, because a lot of these other buildings in Bronzeville or other areas, they're not really Black owned.
Right.
I mean, they black managed.
That's right.
But, 79th Street, black owned. And I felt very safe. I felt very good being, I found a park right out front, came in. I mean, it was just a great atmosphere.
Well, one of the things I can say, and it's a test to, to not blowing my horn, but to God be the glory. I've been blessed to keep, I guess, my integrity enough that the alderman just moved next door. And so his assistant, Brother Buddy, and I played ball together.
What, the alderman just moved next door?
Well, he took Bobby Rush's office. So Alderman Sawyer has Bobby Rush's office now. And
that's directly
next door. And so he's been very supportive. His assistant, brother, that's my buddy. We played ball together. I grew up in Chatham, so I ain't come to Chatham. I'm from Chatham. So it makes it easier. But my point is, he's on board with the relationship. We have Breaking Bread, Victor Love, our mentoring group, and Captain Hardtime, Miss Josephine, just unveiled the street.
Right.
So all those relationships create the synergy of if you build it, there it comes. So we became a light on 79th Street. So to show you the duplication, on the west side, Malcolm Crawford of the African American Business Association, they got the Soul City corridor from Austin to Laramie. On Chicago Avenue, they own at least 85 to 90% black owned, and they get $2 million worth of Thrive Zone money, and we haven't had to protest. So he is setting up.
So you haven't had to protest?
Well, actually, we were during the time when the Chewy thing was going, we were leveraging, and we finally, for the first time in the history of black people, we got in the room with about 15 project pastors and organizations, and even my pastor time. We had a project with 190 units we couldn't do. We all, for the first time, didn't argue. We said, Malcolm is shovel ready. And then that put the pressure down. So Malcolm is creating a new black business every month. He got a thing called Have a Beer With Me, Black Economic Empowerment Rally, where he come to your store and buy everything up. It's called beer, Black Economic Empowerment Rally. So we go and shut it down and we buy everything. So it's a stimulus package. So on the west,
a lot of them there.
On the west side is Soul City Corridor. On the south side, the Blacknificent Mile. And there's some other corridors. Mark Allen is kind of holding down 47th Street with the International Black Wall. So all these things are moving that people can plug in over there on the west side, on the south side. And if you get plugged in, we're going to connect. We also have just purchased another building that we're going to do on 79th right before Ashland. So that's going to be our other center off in Gresham. Then we're in Roses on 113th Street, which is another center. So we're setting up these business centers to be able to cultivate, innovate, and put out black business with sustainability and pop up so we can be able to kill violence with a job and a business. So with all these corridors, we're going to have a model. We're going to connect all of them. So Inglewood, his brother Bruce Montgomery over there with the incubator. So everywhere you go on the south side, we're setting up a format that if you out west, stop in. You part of Bob Biz over there. If you stop on the south side, we Inglewood. So no more west side, south side. I tell them we all broken outside, and that's how this 1.3 trillion.
Wow. So do you ever refer back to your, I know you have the Black Agenda.
Every black agenda
since the 1800s.
Since the 1800s that ever been put out. Brother Reuben Phillips had it.
But these are some of the things on the Black Agenda.
Yes, sir. You get it. And if you look at the 2-point guard concept, new black leadership, my relationship, it's the agenda. Blacks in green, Naomi the green movement. I've been in green movement for over 20 years, recycling, so I was in there. The co-founder of Chicago Black Wall Street is the Black Agenda. The Bob Biz Center, I was with them 13 years, the Black Agenda. My business model for Books Over Balls, the Black Agenda. The Block Club, National Block Club, University, Cyrone Smith. So all the movement we've been doing as I played point guard, I'm able to, everybody's in a big video of a national black agenda being enforced and laid down as the model for us to be connected all over the world, and it's moving forward. So I've been blessed to have these relationships, and because of my ability to be a point guard and see the floor, I usually know where everybody should be when they don't know where they're going.
Oh my God. Say that again. I love it, bro. They don't know where they're going. You know where they need to be.
Right. Well, that's called true point guard.
That's a
get your lane.
Point
don't
guard.
start dribbling.
I know this real good point guards do that too. Direct.
On over there. Tell them to play while you're on the play. But man, please do. Don't practice dribbling tonight. Shoot the jumper. Don't do nothing else. Stay in your lane. Big fella rebound. Block the shot. Anybody doing outside that, coach, put them out. Do my performance.
And that's an analogy, brother, for survival. To win. That's
day.
a strategy to win.
All day.
So, what could we expect in the next few months in terms of the movement that you all bought 5,000? Am I saying it
Project 5,000
yeah.
and the Bob Biz Center. So let me get it straight. Project 5,000, the Bob Biz Center, and then Busy Man Construction is our construction arm to rehab the properties and put our people to work. So it's three different, and the New Life movement is a spiritual movement, not a church movement, but it's all around redirecting.
Say it again, it's a
spiritual movement, not a church movement.
movement.
We ain't joining religion. But Dr. Levine Murphy is our leader, and we're about the whole thing about 13 years ago is to do what we're doing now. So we didn't pop up. People think we just popped up. We've been at this 13 years, and Brother Rowe has come back, man. Eventually, he sold over 1,000 properties without not being politically. And so now, when the bubble bust, he came back in a new adventure, and God told him, "Let's not be greedy in real estate." So he also moved up 5 links. And what that model taught him, he's our top earner in that. But what the model taught him, he said, if I could duplicate real estate like we do at 5 links, man, we could spread the risk and take over all the property. So we're doing a model, spread the risk, Project 5,000. And we're going to buy up everything and take back our community. We ain't mad at nobody. We ain't argue with Trump. It's called Buy Black, Love Black, Give Black. It's Shatosa, not Chirac.
His brother said, we ain't mad at nobody. We ain't mad. And that's what a concentration needs to be on the skills, the abilities, the talents, the gifts that we have as a community.
We're the best of the best. Every organization that's surviving right now that's on Black Empowerment doing the right job, and we know them because we see each other, they've been battle tested. They are the 23s, as Mr. Plump said. Mr. Plump said, you're 23. If you're down 2 minutes to go and you're down 30 points and you got Mike on your team 23, you just about got a good chance to win. And if you got the Venus Williams, the Sir Turner Truth, the Oliver B. Well, the Marcus Garvey, the Christmas Addis, if you're 23, don't get worried. It's a good time to be Black and show that God got the power.
Man, and that's very, very critical to really understand it, because you would think, not from this conversation, but from other conversations that you hear, that people put out that hopeless energy.
Yes, sir.
Not realizing what we got. And that's why we love you, brother. And I'm telling you, do you work with the Black page at all in terms of that the Black pages?
Yeah, Brother Delgado.
Right.
Yeah. Well, again, I work with Brother him, the Black pages, WeBuyBlack.com, over 1,000 Black businesses. Cassiope, the Black Mall, and Sister Tequila with the Green Book, 500 Black businesses. So anybody doing something Black, and then Cyron has the piece where we buy Black Wednesday. So if you don't like Black people 6 days a week, like Black folk on Wednesday. It's Buy Black Day.
On Wednesday, you like to be Black. On Wednesday, it's just one day out of the week that you can be yourself and not feel like you letting down your counterparts.
Right.
Your
Come home one day.
Come home for one day. You might like it, to be very honest. And it's not dangerous, is it?
No, you recycle your dollars, and that creates jobs. So what Cyron has done with, I can't give enough to land the platform. While we was all running around, he was doing door by door, block by block, putting the infrastructure in. And see, we're in a military fight with civilian people with Bibles. That's not going to work.
Can you say that again?
Military fight with civilian people with Bibles. That's not going to work.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that the people with the Bibles in the front line, and there's a military problem, you get shot. So we got tiers. Let the warriors in the Bible that's fully armed with the armor of God get out front. You pray for them and get out the way so you don't get killed. But you got the wrong people in the wrong place. You know, we praying for the shoot, and they shooting on the next block. God ain't in there. God ain't in there. So what the manifestation of it is, if you don't have a military mind, which God was a revolutionary, he was at war. So quit acting like your Bible was a friendly book. This Bible is the most violent book in the world. So God was destroying people, whooping people, preparing for war. So if you coming out your church, come on out with a warrior attitude. It's gonna sometime be an eye for an eye. Because we done made us some real soft passive Christians, and we need to get out of God's business, because he did go in the temple with a stick and whooping and cussing folks. That's last I heard.
Turn it over, take
it. So I don't think that was a friend. But I'm saying to you, we need military people. And so go back to Black Saran's a Marine. So he put his system together based on the Marine concept of accountability. How many stores, how many liquor stores, how many non-for-profit, how many churches, because you got to have a surveillance of what's going on, who on your team. Because what they do in the Army, they go in, they infiltrate, they isolate, and they destroy, like the West and South Side of Chicago, in case you didn't know.
Brother, that is profound and true. Now, think over this. Now, you've been doing this for how many years?
I've been at this, from an activist point of view, for 30 years strong or more on the ground.
And so when we say the new Black Leadership Coalition,
we don't mean we.
That's why I said think over this.
He's not new, but he makes all things new.
We teach. That's it.
Right?
That's right.
And so in our brain, in our mind, we have to respect our leader. Although he does not, he's just a brother on the new membership list. But Minister Michael and others.
Yes, sir.
This is a real movement to deal with the stagnation.
That's right.
Because when you think about, the sister, I thought, well, what was that, South Carolina, North Carolina? She in the store, and that's the store owner. I mean, he beat this sister. I mean, I don't know if his business is still open. I don't know, but that was the Korean.
Well, that's on 43rd.
He got one here.
Yeah,
I understand he has a store here.
So they just pushed on him yesterday with all red, black, and green. He'll be out of business by next week. Trust me, he won't be the last.
And the reason I'm bringing that up is not because of the violence and wickedness that he done to that sister, but they feel that way.
Yeah.
And we continue to do business with many people that have no respect for us. So we spend our dollars at gas stations, at these little nasty stores, those little nail shops, and wig shops and weave shops and all of that stuff with people and individuals that don't have any respect for us.
Well, I would just like to send a shout out to the sisters, and out of all due respect. Y'all controlling $680 billion, and they choking Black women. Now, we working on the men. We sometimes crazy as hell. We got some men program, New Black Leadership. We got Breaking Bread Ministry. So we're getting ourselves together, working with the boys. But in the meantime, $680 billion buying power. If y'all just stayed home for one day, the world stops, and ain't nobody shooting the baby, and everybody gonna hire your son. So while we're doing this, y'all gotta make an economic. So God is really speaking to the Black men. And if you look at us, we out front shutting the place down on the Black sister being beat up. Y'all gotta follow with that money and remove it from them people while we doing this protest. They got to. $680 billion is too much money for us not to have a child care, daycare, and a college.
And that's why when I shared every day the concept of redistributing the pain.
Yes, sir.
And it really hurt my heart that there was still some people you complain, but your butt can't wait to get down on Michigan Avenue. You don't want to redistribute the pain. And so the same people that disrespect you just for a day or two don't buy zero.
And every anniversary remind them what took place, as the Jews say, never again.
Never
So
again.
we need to remind you that there was a Holocaust and there was 16 shots in the cover up, even if it's a silent protest. Just remember, we ain't gonna let it go south. So, and I just will definitely want to mention that, my niece was killed, was killed by an off-duty officer that got away 5 counts for free. And then Laquan McDonald is my thought would probably get off, because after we did the protest down there, he had 9 hearings and blacks was only in there 15 deep. We'll do it again for you. We had 1,000 people down protesting the Magnificent Mile. There's 9 hearings, justices in the court. There was 15, 25, 10, and 12 people in the court to hold the judge accountable, him accountable, and the world accountable for a similar immaterial lynching. So I'm trying to figure out, how your mission statement say you on watching the police and being a monitor watchdog group, and he go to court 9 different hearings, and now y'all going this week. It's too late. They're gonna have a mistrial. Watch what I tell you.
Wow. And you say your niece?
Raquel Boyd, that's my niece, that was killed by an off-duty officer on the west side 40 years ago. And I was able, based on, again, my respect that the people with blue black leadership and the Nation of Islam, the Minister Farrakhan, Minister Caleb, Mark, and Paul, them, they all galvanized. We protested in front of his house, and we went down the street with no permit, with 200 strong, came back with 300 strong, and shut the police station down on Ogden Avenue with almost 700 people shutting it down, saying justice for Raquel Boyd. That didn't make the news. The pressure we put on made them sell out of court a year later. But they let them get the money, and they did not go to the courtroom to continue like Laquan. They did not keep the heat on the courtroom because we was dealing with St. Louis. So all you got to do is make the perception. If it go wrong, it might be St. Louis. They was not in the court for the kid at the rate they should have been. They had disconnected from me, really. So the organizing body, and we can't keep people getting money and not feed back to the people that's protesting, getting gas, and trying to come in and put their life on the line with death threats, and then you get the money and you go somewhere and sit down. That's not how it works. You gotta fuel the piece, because your child ain't the first, and damn sure won't be the last. The kid wasn't the first and last. And Laquan, 16 shots in the courtroom. You watch, I said it here. Because we didn't put pressure on the courtroom for the hearings, the judge is thinking like, shit, I can be reelected. And then the guy that did it, and the mayor making certain statements. So they're right now positioning themselves to maybe have a mistrial or spank him on the wrist. Watch what I tell you, because the people didn't keep talking.
Who are these folks that's getting the money? You don't have to call their name.
No, I think
just because I mean, because we got folks out here who claim to be activists and watchdog groups, and but who are some of these folks who's getting this money and not doing the job of really making sure justice or else?
Well,
who are these folks?
Well,
man?
The thing is, man, people get bought off, people get paid off, and people get tired. And so a lot of times,
people get tired.
You like, you got an 8-year president, and we haven't got anything in return to that level of respect. We say, hell no, I ain't voting no more. So they really created a real mess. Then they think God put him in, and then don't get enough because.
Did you just say they think God put them in?
Yeah, well, black people got together and prayed for a new black president, I'm sure. And we had all the gospel stuff working. Again, this is science. I ain't talking about personality. I'm talking science. Whenever somebody be the first black, we think Jesus put them there. Because of so many years. Then when they get there and it don't go right, then it gives people less faith in God itself. Period. So now people don't vote no more because we vote. We get 16 shots in the cover-up, and we don't get no new schools. We get 54 schools closed. So everything's happening. So then people, I look around since I was born, nothing but vacant lots, things. But my mother voted, giving money to different organizations, United Negroes, sometime in college, having fun. So what happens is, we need to be more.
United Negroes. I'm not gonna let it.
Oh yeah, that's what
you gotta read. I'm glad this is being recorded because I'm going back and watch. I don't watch these videos. I mean, I don't. But this one, because you just said something Can you please repeat
Well,
that?
the thing is this, and I'm a college graduate, and I know a bunch of brothers at HBCU graduates, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of playing cards, playing too much. I've been to college, and we doing fraternities, we doing sororities, we play too damn much. And when you go to college, where's our masterminds in AIDS and HIV and housing and education of all this graduation that my mama put in there for all these funds, and we can't get a black lawyer station to sue nobody for shit? Come on now.
Ooh, Lord.
Come on now. So I'm just saying, whether the United Negroes are having fun or we just play, Negroes play too much. We started playing too much. We in the March Madness, we in the April Madness, we in the July Madness, we're gonna be in the August Madness. We're gonna be so damn bad. So don't worry about Trump. The way you Trump, if you play cards, buy black, love black, give black, and spend that $1.3 trillion with black, and that's the Trump card, the Trump.
Wow. Brother Reuben, I mean, there are folks out here who would love to get in contact with you, trust me. And if you would like to call in right now to talk to Brother Reuben, we got some time left. 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. If you'd like to call in right now to talk to this brother right here, you can do so right now. With the black agenda, you know, we've been in rooms where there have been discussions regarding the black agenda. And you mentioned people getting tired.
Yes, sir.
And so there's a segment of our leadership have gotten tired, but after they got the money.
That's right.
They got tired
and quiet.
So they got quiet, tired, and got their pockets filled with money, which is so unfortunate and really wicked because of the need for that money to be in the hands of those who are investing in the future of our people, our youth and community. And so you one of those kind of individuals, you really, community, our money back because you didn't do your job. And so many people go unchecked. And you said something that's profound in terms of directing folks where to be.
Yes, sir.
And right now, what message would you give? And you've given a lot of information, but right now, 2017, forget the stupid March Madness stuff, but right now, where would you tell people they need to be tomorrow? See, tomorrow, where do you need to be tomorrow when you get off work?
That's right.
Where you need to be this weekend, not to a function and you look at your event calendar. I mean, there are some notable events that make a difference, but for the most part, most of that is fun, you just mentioned. But where would you tell people they need to be at in terms of the struggle, in terms of court days, in terms of the injustice, etc.? You've said a lot, but if you could just tell them tomorrow, if there was a place they need to be at tomorrow, what time, and the address.
Okay. Tomorrow, you can come by the Bob Biz Center. We'll be there all day with 40 black businesses. We got room and space. We have some of the greatest masterminds in entrepreneurship and business. So you should come back, support it, become a member, come into this vehicle where we're teaching you how to buy black, where to buy black, and how to buy black, and how to love black. The building is the love. The organizations is the industry, the training, because you just can't wake up. Because everybody say, I don't know where to buy black. Well, the blackmall.com, that's 300 business. You can start tomorrow. The other piece is you can go on Malcolm Crawford. Since you guys are doing internet at the high level, the African American Business Association with Malcolm Crawford, they need your help. And then come this Thursday, the Breaking Bread men who went out on 79th Street all summer, out there posted up, giving out water, food, and love and music, and all love Check Friday from Baba Quasi out of Chicago State. We every Thursday, for the fourth Thursday, we have young boys African American boys for a free dinner. So if you're looking somewhere, Philip Jackson will be there with his young boys. Hirsch High, we're gonna have a lot of young black boys that's free at 446 East 79th Street, Captain Hardtime, Josephine, with Breaking Bread Men and other brothers. And then after that, this Saturday and Sunday, you can be at Ogden Park with Books Over Balls. We'll be there from 9 to about 4 o'clock, both days, from 16 to 18, giving young boys wisdom, knowledge, mentoring, understanding, trying to get them in college. We just finished this weekend at Ogden Park with 40 black boys. We had them there. They were from 11 to 15. Nobody shot, nobody killed. Everybody went home. Nobody shot, nobody killed, nobody cussing, nobody fussing. So that's the love. So those things you can do right now. If you don't want to do anything after that, go online, buy black with theblackmall.com. And those who want to come back, just buy a little black till you get black. Come on back home.
Now that's a great opportunity for you to really put up and not just be black, but be sane.
Yes, sir.
Be sane, because it's really insanity that we keep doing the same thing and keep getting the same results. So this will be an opportunity to really do a checkup from the neck up, believe in those principles that you're being taught in the books. Then you will show up tomorrow and just go to discover some of the things that's going on inside the place. And don't say you're afraid because you take a chance on your life every time you go into a weed shop. Every time you go get a piece of weed, because I know where they located at. And they sure ain't located on Michigan Avenue.
They in the heart of it.
Every time you go get your nails done, with some of them coming over in High Park and they go to Beverly. But for the most part, they go wherever they want to go, when they want to go. But when it comes to supporting our own, they won't make the sacrifice. We got to make the sacrifice, folks. We got to make the sacrifice. And a lot of folks are like, well, I don't know where to find them. That's why I said give them the address, give them phone number, give them the website, give them everything they need to not make an excuse.
That's right. 646 East 79th Street, the corner of 79th and Lane. Come by. We can give you some marching orders. We got social entrepreneurs. That means we want some social justice and some entrepreneur stuff at the same time. And that's what I want to leave everybody. Just don't be an economic person. Be a social entrepreneur.
Love it.
That means you're going to help people socially, and you're going to help create economics, and we're going to kill violence with a job and a business. Social entrepreneurship. That's the future for black folks.
Yeah, and this is the way out. Because there's no government, federal government gonna bail us out of this stuff.
That's
It's
right.
never gonna happen.
And ain't no legislation to call make black folk like black folk. That ain't coming.
That ain't gonna ever come. Did it ever? Was it?
No, the Bible used to be the legislation, but like you say, we up and down with that. We fluctuate. But there ain't gonna be no legislation. That Bible talks about love as much as it can. We should be loving ourselves and respecting ourselves. There's too many churches that we have that's all love.
And look how strong the Bible said. How could you say, you love me, whom you never seen, but hate your own brother and sister that you see every single day? So you're right. There's a lot of love that's talked about, but in terms of being exhibited on a day-to-day basis, show your love, show up.
That's right.
Show up.
And show out.
And show out. And make a sacrifice. And don't, we so afraid to go around and meet new people. We don't want to go and meet our family. So we claim that stuff, but we won't go down the street just to meet and talk to a new face.
Well, that's why our children don't respect us. We ask them to do something that we won't do. You said they dropped out of school and became entrepreneurship. Now the teachers that was in school telling them to learn something is now trying to get a job at McDonald's. Half of them been fired. Business on the corner. What do you call these squares, DVDs, or choose a beating bucket? He's an entrepreneur. And you now the women and people so go get you a job. Now he got his own business and y'all trying to find a job. We got to flip this thing. Our young people can't respect us. We got 2 black grocery stores, 2 gas stations. What kind of mess y'all talking about? We lost Seaway Bank. Illinois Federal Savings had to be saved by some brothers from Ghana. So, don't, as Mark Carter always say, don't tell no brother to put his pants up till you put your damn pants on.
Ooh, long live the spirit of Joe Watkins.
Oh, yeah.
Long live the spirit of Brother Chris.
Tell it like it
Long
is.
live the spirit of Brother Quaid. Long live the spirit of Henry English, our brother.
Yes, sir.
And many more unsung brothers and sisters who have forged, and I say that because every time you speak, man, I hear they have sat here. Joe sat right in that same seat right there.
Yes, sir. And tell the truth
And
all
told
day.
the truth all night long. And so I said that because out in the universe, and when you think about this whole process, man, and I want to say this in closing, folks. I didn't do a commentary, and I don't need to, but what I have on my mind is that we think we're going to live forever. We think we're going to be here forever. We are operating in that foolish way, brother, that we don't get that whole deeper piece of connecting to the, having life eternally is the offspring, the work. It lives forever. Those principles, they live forever. So when we lock into the principles, then, people like to call it a legacy. And it's ongoing. There'll be some people replacing us. So the sooner we set this up,
That's right.
the better it is for us to rest at night knowing that you'll live forever in that way. Now, you could go on and get locked in on the by and by. That's on you. That's on you. But right now, you need to be part of something that's living.
That's right.
And that will live on, and you should attach yourself to a movement of such.
And get you some seeds planted.
That's right.
And because it'll rise up again. So, but our biggest problem, as you say that, is we think we're gonna live forever, so we ain't passing no torch.
None. When you do come across a segment of our community, look, some of you already know I love you, but you so bougie. You so bougie. You only go to bougie affairs. That's their little comfort zone, bro. And we losing it. So when you mad and I read some of your posts, I'm like, you need to stop it, because you won't even leave your little comfort zone to come and sit with your brother and your sister, be it 79th Street or whatever street, 63rd Street. You won't do it. You won't do it.
And if you don't want to come back, send some of that greenback back. And then I can help some more Pookie Ray Rays and June buds next week. Because we down here with 5013C, we need some change, we need some water, we need some food. So if you want to come by the park and bring your love, bring yourself, bring your son, come on by. But we got to begin to support one another. So it's got to be reciprocity, some bartering, some whatever you have, give it back. So those of you not here, go back into the community. We asking our NBA stars and professional athletes, find something to donate and quit giving it to the usual suspect. It's a group of people like New Black Leadership and Books Old Balls. We're doing the work. We've been doing it with no funding. We're going to do it without, but it makes our work easy if you can ever drop a dime. And I want to give this to the New Black Leadership in the spirit. The Bible says, I got to find that scripture. My mentor used to say, the Bible says, behold, I'm doing a new thing. See, that's what that New Black Leadership. Behold, see, people stay in the scripture, ain't nothing new under the sun, but he said, behold, I'm doing a new thing. So y'all got to wake up and change your mindset, move into the technology with our children, and move into where we're going, because Jesus is doing a new thing, and you better catch on, or you're going to get left behind.
Wow. Hey, folks, he just gave you, we got a couple of minutes away to buy your way to heaven. But really, when you make a contribution to a cause like this,
really your support, your energy is more needed than just your money. But
Yes,
if
sir.
you don't
Yes, sir.
want to show up at all, then definitely find a way. But anyway, brother, thank you. It's been an honor, man, to have you on
Likewise,
tonight, man. You've said so much, and I know people out there are very, very, very thankful for you. And we thank God for you for having the spirit and the tenacity, the insight, man, and the just pure love for God. Because this work right here is strictly God's work. This ain't got nothing to do with no coalition, but the coalition of Almighty God. So thank you all for tuning in. And man, Brother Reven, fellas, peace out. Thank you, Brother Earl Winfrey, New Black Leadership. Man, that is, brother. I love it.
I knew I had to ask what we were talking about. I said, I'll wait till I get here so I know you open up the case. So I said, I don't ask what we talking about.
You said a mouthful, bro.
It's that time, it's that season. Appreciate y'all for having us, man. It's that time you get this good news. Ain't that ain't nothing No, man. What's a good place to see? They gonna have to look for a life raft. Either they gonna be German or Mexican. They not gonna make it. They gonna be forced, though. They throw them all on the bus. Obama over there running local politics in the office. Local, he come from the high level of power to run an all-matter work in the fourth ward. That's my Lord.